Alright guys, welcome to the second round here of the Fatal Cup. We're gonna play the TMGL map as the first map. So you can see there are 3 maps after that. So this map will only be played once. And there's a 2 minutes warm-up that will be played beforehand. So on this round, let me actually check here. Because there's only a certain amount of players who are going through here. And I think with that, I think only the top 8 is going through here, if I recall correctly, from each server. So it's really picking up the pace. Yeah, only the top 8 is going through. True that. And losers round will also be there, so that people can still play after that. But after that, there are already the quarterfinals, which is cool to see. So good luck to the players. And let's see how they are doing it here. I mean, this map, I was not really talking nicely about this map, but it's not a bad map, but some parts are not TMGL-ish. You know, it was like it's more like a mixed map and not a TMGL map, because TMGL maps are actually well calculated, and this one sometimes has parts which are a little bit weird. But still, it's a good map. This identity is pretty creative, but things before that are just so overwhelming for me. That's just my opinion, but definitely not a bad track. I mean, we can see that Jinga put a lot of effort into that. But it reminds me more of a mixed style map rather than a Trackmania Grand League map. So, let's take a look here onto Sidu, who was who has won that first round on the second server. So, Sidu definitely a good player, and he can maybe even go into the semi-final or maybe even to the final. So, Sidu definitely with a good performance, but we're gonna see, and we're gonna do it in the free camera here because the warm-up has ended. Good luck to the players. We have 1 round here with double points. So, only 1 round here, and let's go ahead here into the free camera and see who makes that first mistake. It's someone starting late. That doesn't really matter too much. But, yeah, we should definitely focus on that battle here for first position. So let's go with Kanjika, a loyal watcher of my stream. Also coming from that full speed era, plays for Team Numalops. Yeah. And Kanjika currently on that 9th position. Tweenie overtakes him though. And Kanjika not with the best speed. Good entry to the ice though. So let's take a look if Kanjika maybe can make it happen or not. Does it really good though, but lose a little bit of speed there by steering too much. But Alliance's car already in the loop. So Kanjika definitely not with the worst run here. 1 second behind Avion, who's currently leading. Then we have Dionysos behind that. And then Omega and Diego, I think we have him here. No, Diego was a little bit, and he was there, I think. Yeah, here he is. So he was a little bit further behind. But actually, no, he's in a battle with Kanjika, actually. But I think he was falling behind a bit. Yep, he was. So let's go with Anix. Wavy Anix overtaking one player there who made a mistake. So Anix up to P4. Dionysos 7 and Sika are there. But also in the meantime, Omega was overtaking Anix. But nice fight here into that first identity we go. So we can see different approaches. It's Sika making that mistake, jumping to the right. Actually, wait. Huh? Someone was touching it there. Or could you jump against that? I have no idea, but I thought someone has made a mistake there. But then it was not Sika though. But first identity people are going for that respawn here by the looks of it. Or just going for that backwards way. But you can see Sika is going for that. And Anix is going for that respawn. And it's definitely faster because he got the better line. And Anix with that in the lead going to that second lap. So we have 2 more laps here to go. And Anix with that in first position. So nice performance by the Wavy player. And he can definitely show us what is possible on this track. So he is 0.3 leading. Then Omega, Sika and Tweenie are behind that. So Tweenie can get himself some good amount of points here, as you can see. But Avion in the meantime, the Sun player, overtakes him. So Tweenie down to P6 though. But still a good amount of speed for him. So he can maybe make it happen. Omega and Sika are fighting out for P4 at the moment. For P3, actually. I thought it's P4, but that isn't the case. But you can see the gaps here already. Dionysos and P7, 6 seconds behind. Then we see Tweenie, 6th position, 3.6 seconds behind. So this track definitely has some sort of difficulty. So let's go with the top pack here again, as Sika and Omega are still fighting out. Omega with a more upper approach here. But actually it's enough here because he was accumulating more speed. Sika with such a risky jump there. But he gets himself a lot of speed. Look at that speed here from Sika, overtaking or claiming that third position here over Omega. Has some room to breathe now. But now we're gonna go into the second identity. It is 7 bonk, 7 dead. And with that, it's Sika up to second position. Anix goes for the jump here again. Sika goes for the booster there. Almost not getting that CP. But that wasn't the case. So one more identity here after that part, and one more lap, because we played 3 laps on this map. And we see no respawn by Anix, by Sika, and a respawn by Anix. And you can see the respawn is just way faster. The respawn is way faster than the non-respawn route. And Anix is really capitalizing from that. You gain 1 second with that. And Anix is leading with that. Omega is on third. Anix seems to understand, or has understood this map, because you have to turn around there with that with that kind of reversing. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of that exit from that identity. But Anix just respawns and goes for like, okay, you know, just gonna do it like that. And with that, he is extending his CT to 1.2 seconds, and he looks like to get himself that first position. So in the the second round, it actually works like that. We have a different points repartition here, with points being a little bit different. So 200 for first here in this case, because you get double points. So usually it's 100 and then 80, 75, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and so on and so forth. So now you get 200 for first position, and this is definitely really, really good here for Anix, getting himself a head start. And with that, you can afford maybe one more mistake. So Anix is leading, and still 1 second of a gap between him and Sika. And then there's Omega and Avion behind that, but actually not a real battle is going on at the moment. And also Sika making that mistake, had to go for the respawn though, so he's losing so much with that, but falls only down to P4 with that, because also 7 has made that mistake beforehand. So you can see it here, but let's take a look onto Anix. Is he gonna take it? It's looking really good for the wavy player, and Anix is looking really good. He just has to respawn here, and he just gonna take it. So Anix is winning this first map here. Omega not with the respawn as well. And Anix definitely has shown us that he has understood this map the best, with not going for the identity turnaround. Anix wins it here with a 531. Then we have 532 by Omega. Avion on third. And then there is Sika staying ahead of 7. Then Tweenie on P6. Dalisos on 7th. Speed Self getting himself P8. And then there's Rywoods and Fonter on P9 and 10. So only top 8 is going through. We play rounds mode, and we have 3 more maps after that. So definitely a great fight here, and a back and forth between the players, especially in that entry of the identity, and that free wheel part where you have to jump, yeah, a little bit weirdly. But Anix was able to not make a single mistake here, so great performance by him, by the wavy player. And with that, it deserved 200 points into his pocket. Karabu. And hello, Yekosto. Hello, everyone. And nice performance. Nice performance there by Anix, I have to say that. So the last player is finishing here. Vertigo. Is he gonna make it though? He has only 10 seconds. I think it's not enough for him to make it. Also catching a penalty there, and he's not able to get that CP. So Vertigo not able to finish. And yeah, not getting any sort of points. But it would have only been 1 point though. You can see now the points repartition is really, really punishing. It's a real punishing points repartition. Why did I disable the chat, by the way? Hello, guys. Say hello. I disabled it. I trolled. But now it's there. So, that was the first map. So we have only 1 round on that. Unlike the other, we had the other competition where we had Fatal Cup 1 it was. We had 2 rounds on that long track, but with 1.5 times the points, and now it is 2 times only 1 round. And then I think it's a little bit longer as well. I think it was 2 laps or 3 laps. I'm not sure about that. But like that, it is working out. Let's do that a little bit like that. I think that it should be fine. All right, so this is the next map here. One of my favorite maps, I have to say that. It's the dirt map that is mixed with roads, kind of, but not too much road is in there. Only some parts, but definitely a cool map where you have to get good approaches and stuff. As you can see here, you really have to hold your gear here, and then there comes the text section. But yeah, you can see the points repartition. You really had to get first there, or second, or maybe third. But you can see Enix already with a head start here, 200 points. And then it's going down very, very drastically. You know, 80, 60, 40, 20, 10. And then 8, 6, 4. And then he would have only gotten himself 2 points. So this is definitely not good for him. And yeah, only the top 8, of course, goes through. So Enix already with a good opportunity here to maybe even have secured himself the position, if he of course performs good on this map. So this map is cool. Sentier, we're gonna play 4 rounds on this track again, and let's go. Here we go, guys. So let's take a look onto Speed Self. Also a loyal viewer of mine, a really, really cool guy. He also streams on Twitch, so check him out. Not sure if he's streaming right now. I haven't seen a live notification by him. He's probably just vibing and chilling, you know. But currently with a rather conservative drift here, but still didn't look too bad for him. 0.7 behind, so he can make something happen. Currently on that 10th position. 8 people advance into the next round. And Speed Self currently 1.2 seconds behind, but can overtake the one or another person here. Enix with a really aggressive line, but also Speed Self was a little bit oversteering there. So definitely not the best for him. Also here the gear down for Speed Self. So this is not looking good in this round here for him. But maybe in the ending, because the ending, of course, there's a risky way that you can opt for. And Speed Self is a good player, and so you might go for that. Let's take a look here. How Speed Self is doing that. Good line here, good line. Comes a bit closer to the people here, but doesn't really get a lot of speed in this uphill, so he might not even go for that risky jump. Or is he going for that? He's actually going for it. He makes it. Nice that he made it, but only P12 for Speed Self here. Then we have Omega winning it here. Omega ahead of Albion. Then we have... who's that? Iron. I think Iron is that. Wait. Who is that, though? I cannot see that name. Because the overlay is correlating. Yeah, it's Iron, okay. Move the mouse away? I don't see a mouse. Now I see a mouse. No, I don't. Now I see a mouse. You don't want to see the mouse? Should I remove it? But of course, blah... It's your first message here. Oh no, actually not. But firstly, hello. And yeah, okay, never mind. It's not your first message. I'm sorry, man. But I could maybe do that or not. Is that disturbing, having a mouse cursor on your monitor? I can disable that. Look. Capture cursor? Okay. So I wasn't seeing that. I didn't want to disrespect or anything. Sorry, man. So yeah. Let's go ahead here into the next round. And yeah, I mean, it's messy to spectate because you don't have the overlay on the left and it's just hard to do. I have some hotkeys here, but look at the fight here for first. Who's getting first? Oh my god, what a round. Oh my god, what an ending. Jesus Christ. Triggers me somehow. Nah, I don't need that. You don't have to see who I'm clicking. Then I'm just disabling it if it triggers you. So now we don't have a mouse anymore. I mean, of course, for the next rounds, it is better anyway. But, you know, because it's really hard to spectate because I have to spectate like that. I have like some people here on my hotkeys. But other than that, it's like, it's hard to really spectate this round. Because there's nothing here on the left and stuff like that. You know? So mouse is eliminated. But let's go with Fonter here, who's on my hotkey. And we see Sidu, Avion, and Omega betting it out. So Sidu, where is he actually? He's currently only on P7. So he was winning the first race. And currently he's not doing it that well. Concerning the points. But he had a little bit of a better start here. But actually he was falling behind again. But look at the line here from Avion. Just really accumulating the speed there on the outside. So great line here from Avion. Fonter holds his gear. But was steering a little bit too much. So he falls more and more behind compared towards Dionysos and the leading pack. So Omega, Avion, they're really on another level, as you can see here. So let's go with Avion here in that round. Or actually Omega, let's see if he can maybe snipe that away, that 100 pointer. But currently it's not looking that. Of course, also seeding matters here. Seeding really matters. And it is Omega with a little bit more speed. Is he risking it? It's not enough. But a great time again, 1:11.60 to take it into consideration. The WR on this track is a 1:11.1. So they're driving 0.5 behind WR in those rounds. And this is certainly a good time by them. So great round here and great time. So nice to see that. Really nice to see that. Alright, so let's take a look into the standings. It's still pretty close between the players here. Especially on those bottom positions. So Rywots, Sidu, Tweenie, then also Iron, Fonter, and then also Speedself falling a bit behind though. Only 49 points for Speedself at the moment. So he is certainly not have accumulated the most amount of points, but maybe this map is not really suiting him that well. We have 2 maps after that still, but yeah, I mean, it's hard. And also Kanjika. Let's take a look where he is. He's on P15. So Kanjika has to do some good rounds here in order to stay alive. But maybe the full speed map comes for him. That would be, of course, a miracle for Kanjika. And definitely something where he can collect a lot of points. But also now here, a good line here from the Hungarian player. Overtaking the one or another person. But still is a little... I mean, he's 1 second behind the leading pack behind Sido, Omega, and then the other people. But maybe he can snipe someone in the ending as Speedself gets himself that temporarily 9th position. But makes the mistake and goes for the respawn even. He went for the respawn. Someone went for the safe finish. And that's why Kanjika could overtake him here. Omega wins it here with a sick time. He's almost 1 second out of the 2nd position. So Omega with a really good performance. And we see a lot of people only with 1 and 1 point. And that's how this points repartition is working. You know, you really have to get in this spot. And if you're not in the top 8, you lose so many points. How this points repartition is really, really cruel. Let's say it like that. But yeah, that's how you have to deal with that. That's how you have to deal with that. But only getting 20 points for 8th position and then 10 for 9th. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oof, that is really hard. This is really hard and harsh. But whatever. 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 So that was map number 2, and now we have map number 3, and it is indeed a map that we haven't seen thus far in this competition. So it's a new map, not for the players, of course, but on your screens. So this is Pinky Wind, and also one of the maps that I really liked. Really cool map. This map is really hard to do. Oh, I didn't see that skip though, actually. I haven't seen... Or did I go for that, actually? I don't think so. I went for the ring, if I recall it correctly. But here, you have to, yeah, like just get a lot of speed. It's like a transitional map, and it also has a cut where you can jump to the right, what Omega did, and extend the reactor boost a little bit. Kanjika also does a really good warm-up, so I'm looking forward how he's playing here, because he's definitely a player that is really, really good on full speed, but also on other styles like speed, fun speed. So it's not like similar to full speed. There's also a lot of drifts. But yeah, Kanjika can definitely do something happen, or make something happen here. But then there's of course also the ending, which you can easily mess up. But he can do something. Yeah, those maps are indeed fun. I have to say that. The maps are really good. And yeah, that was the first warm-up and the last warm-up. And now we're going to go into the live round. So let's take a look who's going to win that first round. Let's take a look here and see who's making it or not. Someone has already made a mistake. So let's just go with Kanjika in this round, as he gets a pretty good start though. Goes into the lead though. So Kanjika with a pixel perfect start there, but makes a mistake. They're having too much speed. And look at that. He falls so far behind with a respawn. And this is not what you want. So he is out here, as well as Anix, who didn't have the best start. Then we have Avion leading out of Sido, Omega, and also Iron. So let's go with Iron, who currently occupies P number 8. So Iron on 8th position. Is he going for that cut jump? No one is actually... like, actually, almost everyone went for that. I thought no one is going for that, but a lot of people have gone for that. So Omega is leading. Sido on 3rd. And then there's Avion on P2. I thought no one is going for that, but they were proving me wrong again. So Omega versus Avion here, the fight that we should focus on for that first position. Avion with a very aggressive line and takes it. And also a very high flip, high and safe flip. With a long left steer beforehand. So Avion is taking it over Omega. Then we have Rivals who overtakes Sido. Then Fonture, Anix, Tweenie, Stones. And then we have in the top 9 Dionysos, Speed Self, Kanjika, Diego, Iron actually fell down tremendously. And then Sika only with 1 point. So Omega still leading with a comfortable lead here of 84 points. It's looking good for him that he's gonna claim victory here. But this points repartition is definitely very, very dreadful. It's really, really like dreadful if you're a player who didn't really practice maps too much. Really have to rely on good rounds. And just bear in mind, Kanjika can double his points with a top 5 position. But of course he has made another mistake, because this map, as Anix has pointed out beforehand, this map is not horrible to play, by my opinion, but it's hard to play. It's a pretty hard map, and mistakes can happen here very easily. They can happen very easily. And yeah, currently Kanjika only on 11th position, so this is not a good amount of points for him. As you see, Sika, Sido, 7, Omega. In the middle, I think Omega got a landing mark. Sika going so close there. Sika going so close there to the border, but was not able to... come into touch with that. And also look at 7 here making another mistake. Iron, Omega overtaking him. Oh my god, it's someone failing the ending. So Sido wins this round. What a back and forth between the players. What a back and forth in the ending. So many things have happened. I cannot understand and comprehend that. But Sido wins that round. Someone bonked the ending. And yeah, Sido with that goes up to 370 points. And that's a lot of points for him. Because with that, he overtakes 7. Look at that, and also comes dangerously closer towards Anix for that 3rd position. Of course, seeding also really matters now. Seeding really matters. But what also matters is getting some points. You can see the tremendous gap here between 11th and 12th. That is just a lot. And also Dionysos currently only on 252 points and on 8th position. So Dionysos, yeah, not doing it... that nicely here, I would say. But of course, maybe he had a bad TMGL map and made a lot of mistakes here. But yeah, again, a mistake here by Dionysos. So this is looking not that good for him in this round. But he is, of course, at 252 points. Fonture is at 189 points and has made a mistake again. Let's see, where's Iron? Iron also a little bit further behind here, so he won't have a saying here as well. Where's Kanjika, though? Kanjika is in that battle. He's in that battle. He's in that battle for top 4. Gets a good line here as well. So let's take a look. Can he maybe overtake the one or another person in the ending? Speedstuff goes for the inside line. So risky there. So not sure why he went for that. But Speedstuff with such a risk that was not necessary. But yeah, Speedstuff is not getting any points with that. It is Avion winning over Sika. Then Kanjika with his first bronze podium. And with that, more than doubling his points to 102 points. That is cool to see. And now with that, he's up to P12. But there's still way more points that he has to accumulate. So into the last round we go. On that second to last map on Pinky Wind. It was actually the map after that. Not sure, we cannot see it, but we're gonna find out in a minute. I didn't check it out now, but we're gonna see. We just gonna surprise ourselves as Kanjika makes another mistake. Another mistake by Kanjika here, and he definitely has to work on his consistency. But of course, if you haven't really performed or like haven't practiced those maps sufficiently, it's hard to find consistency here. I have to say that. As we see mistakes left, right, and center. Omega, Dionysos, Avion in the top 3. Then we have Sika on 4th position. And who's gonna claim that victory here? That's the question that we're gonna get answered very soon as Avion goes for the attack. So let's go with him and see if he can maybe overtake Omega here and also go into that first position. Yes, Avion is doing that. Great ending by Avion. A 59.37. To take it into consideration, the WR on this track is a 58.35. So great ending here, and only 1 second short from the WR. And you can see the ending is not that easy. You can mess that one up, but consistency is key here. So 1 point between them now. You can see it. He's 1 point ahead of Omega. And with that, we're gonna go to the last map. Do you know why he renamed from Azion to Avion? No idea. Tangram. But it's a good question though. Maybe you know. Ah. What? True that, Tangram. Oh no, man. But Avion is also a nice name. But yeah, true. It was Azion beforehand. But yeah, only the top 8 goes through. And now we have this scenario. Kanjika will do this right now. He's like, yes, full speed is coming up. So Kanjika now can play full speed. But of course, there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. And Kanjika with that can maybe move up into the top 8. If he gets himself good amount of points here. If he wins the rounds, and people will fail. And fails will definitely happen though. And let's take a look here onto this warm-up here. This map is definitely not easy. But we're gonna see who's advancing into the quarterfinal already. I know a player always gets displayed as a deceit if they're still in the loading screen. So all good. But this risky ending, you can jump to the right there into the finish. It's a really risky line, and then also the speed really matters in the ending. As you can see, Dionysos is not making it because he has not a lot of speed, and then you have to go to the left there, and this finish is really unpleasant to get to. So let's take a look here on that first round here on Full Moon. I'm gonna spectate Kanjika, who I'm having high hopes here on this map, and he can maybe snipe an 8th position here if he of course gets the lines correctly. So Kanjika currently not with the best start, but he will probably come back in a minute. He's already 0.4 behind, but this is of course his environment where he should be good on full speed, and definitely a good line here so he can overtake a lot of people. He goes for the SD, and look at the speed here from Kanjika. He comes dangerously closer to the other people, and this is definitely a good line here from the Hungarian player. This is definitely a very good line here from him. And yes, he's up to that 3rd position, to that 4th position, and maybe already up to third now. Yes, he is. Look at this speed. He's pressing B for boost. Kanjika up to second position with that. And he will take second eventually if he risks this ending. And he will do so indeed. Nice comeback here from Kanjika. Up to second. Omega on third. Fonter on fourth. And then we have Avion winning it again. But great points here, up to 196 points. So let's take a look if maybe Kanjika can make it here or not. Because, of course, the other people also collect points. And he needs probably to win at least one round. So let's take a look here. Let's take a look. It will be interesting to see. Stones also finishes, but only getting himself 1 point. So this is the last map of this second round here. And let's go with... I'm just gonna go with Kanjika again, because I know that he is good on this kind of tarmac style, whatever. You know, and now he has a way better start. Kanjika with a way better start. And with that, he is up in that battle again for the top. And hello, Alex. Hello, hello. So Omega and Avion are ahead of him. But Kanjika again with the upper line, or with a viable line, goes for the auto slide there. That was a really nice time. But also the other people here, Omega and Avion, have done it really nicely. But Kanjika still is leading. But let's go ahead here with Avion and Kanjika, who are batting it out. Avion with a different line here goes into the lead. But then there's also Omega, who has made a mistake though. So where is Kanjika? Kanjika is here, and he will get himself second again. Avion with a good time here, 53.29. And this time is a roughly 0.6 behind WR. WR is a 52.73 by Kanjika though. So full moon. WR is by Kanjika. And you can see he's moving up the scoreboard more and more. But of course 10 points for Dinosaurs, 40 points for 7. So it's getting really close. And we could see one of those players actually been eliminated by Kanjika, who's just doing really good on full speed. So he's up to 276 points now. And he needs 2 more good rounds here in order to make it. He should know that. He could maybe make it. He could maybe make it. So let's see Kanjika here again. That's the battle we should focus on. Not the battle for first. It's already decided though. Avion will get probably that first position. So Kanjika, he needs the first position though in order to likely make it or not. If he makes a mistake, he is dead. He is dead, but now he gets a good start yet again. Avion on first though. Kanjika with a different line there, goes so inside. Nice tapping there, but I think it is Avion having way more speed. So Avion shows us that he's also a very good full speed player. But look at the speed here from Kanjika, up to first position, pressing B for boost. So he can maybe get himself that first round win that he's really in need of. Those 20 points will come in very handy for him. And Kanjika with that up into first, and he will take that round victory. If he survives that ending, it shouldn't be that hard. But look how far he jumps, at 53.045. What a great time by Kanjika here, clutching in 100 points. 100 points for Kanjika, and with that he's up to P9, and he's only 14 points away from actually Fonter. Only 14 points away, and he can make it happen. So Kanjika can eventually snipe it away, and also Dionysos only with 2 points here. So Dionysos might get eliminated here already. One of the persons who are really strong, but maybe haven't really practiced too much. But let's take a look onto Kanjika here. He can knock out the place, but he needs a good round. Kanjika has to survive this round in order to make it happen. Oh my god. Whew. That was really close already. So Kanjika. Oh no! Kanjika with a mistake. No! No! Kanjika with a mistake there. The pressure is kicking in. And he needs a miracle here. He needs a miracle in order to make it into the next round. Great comeback though. Kaito is dead. But it's not enough. It's not enough for Kanjika here. It's not enough for him. He needs more mistakes than that. And he will probably be eliminated, as Fonchi also has a good round here, as well as Sika, who's currently on that 11th position. So, yeah, it is Kanjika, unfortunately, with that mistake, and he will most likely get eliminated. Of course, it can still be a miracle that happens in the ending, but I just doubt that this happens. I doubt that this happens, though, but he can maybe get himself only... Nope! Kanjika is out here. Kanjika is out of this competition. Only 10th position here for Kanjika. Only 4 points. And with that, we have Foncher Sika, 7 rivals, Sido, Enix, Omega, and Avion, who are through. So commiserations to Kanjika, who did a very good comeback, to Dionysos, to 20, Iron, Diego, Speedself, Stones, where Figo, Kaito, this guy who I don't know who that is, but GG's to those players, and yeah, we have the quarterfinals coming up in a minute.